Hi everyone, it's Kitty here, and I am thinking I'm going to start a little series. We have 2 weeks until Genesis. Woohoo! Hype in the chat. Anyway, so for the next 2 weeks, I thought I would go through some mods. Um, so why I've decided to do this is because I know a lot of people don't know much about mods from official servers, which is all awesome and amazing. But mods add that extra little bit of, I don't know what you would call it, oomph into the game. Spices it up a little bit. So I'm just going to start with the basic ones and move on to more advanced ones, or ones that do a lot of changes. But for the moment, I thought I would start with the basic ones, more quality of life ones, and we'll go from there. So I've actually just picked a couple for today. Um, Most people are familiar with either one or at least one or two of them, if not all of them, and it just is a bit of fun. These mods do work together. Um, Most of these mods will work with other mods, but I would suggest reading descriptions of them. But I do know that the two of the mods that I am using today will work with pretty much every other mod there is. So if you haven't worked out, I did do a little thing. You might know what mods I'm using, but we'll go through them. The main one that you can probably already notice is I am using S Plus. S Plus is a fantastic mod. It came out. It's been out for really long time. It's had updates, fixes, and yes, it has been implemented into the Vision Game in small amounts. With the Homestead update, it is it gave us a bit more freedom in how we built. It added in a few more little things that we could do, and it even gave us that option to pick up once it gave us that timer. If I put that down here, it gives us that timer, that 30-second timer to pick up, and that was implemented into the base game for Arc, into the official service. However, with S Plus, and especially if you're playing on a solo game or a unofficial server, S Plus is really a core mod that we use. It's not technically a core mod that you have to have on a server. That's a little bit different. I shouldn't mention like that, but it's definitely a quality of life mod that most servers, if not all, use it because it gives you that freedom to build the way you want to build. It gives you your stone ramps, which is still not implemented into the main game. We can stack foundations. Like if I pull this one up, it'll break my thing, but I can pick up. I won't destroy a thing, but there's another foundation underneath there. Like I'm stacking things. There's lots of different things. Putting walls. It also incorporates glass and tech as well. So all your building comes from anything from the down to your thatch walls and structures all the way up. So that includes your wood, your stone, your metal, and your tech. So all of this is in S Plus. There's a few other things in S Plus that you can use as well. This is your S Plus crafting station. It has all your items. It stores 300 storage. You can, however, change that in the INI files. And if you do run a server, or you can also do it on your own private single player game as well. But that's a little bit more in depth. But basically, if you install this is what you get. These are all the items that it can make for you. There's lots of different things. As I said, there's ramps now. There's spiral staircases, and You can change your ramps into stairs, which I've done before. Has crop plots that also clip. Everything clips in S Plus, but you can unclip it pressing the letter G on your keyboard if you are on PC. And unfortunately, most of these mods are PC related only. One day, who knows? They'll be bringing mods to you guys on PS4 and Xbox and Switch, I hope, because honestly, it is phenomenal. Anyway, we got glass as well, but it doesn't just come with structures, obviously. There's a few other things it does also. And I'm not going to go through all of them, even though I want to. It'll just take forever to get through this video. And as I mentioned before, you can switch to stairs on the ramps and all the ramps. So starting off, you're on the beach, you just spawned in. You're chopping down trees. Your first thing you would make is usually a campfire. Imagine you can have that campfire. You can put it down, cook your food, and then you can just, pick it up and take it with you, to your next spot. It's like having a tool with you, you know. It's just helps. It's just easy to do. You build this little tiny 2x2 box, but you find an amazing spot you want to move to, you can pick it up. You can move it to. It's same with your finding forge. That's it's the basic thing. You in Ark, you don't want to stay in one place. Not always. You like to move around. You like to explore, and sometimes it's just like you're in one base, and then you go on the other side of the map. You've never been. It's like, oh, I want to move there, but you have to find all the resources again. Why not? Just pick it up. It's just something that's easy. Same with your smithy. So a smithy is definitely a big thing that you know we all use. We all need to create as well. Obviously, you can pick it up. Your smithy does everything else. It gets you your metal tools, and it gets you your or your bullets, your ammo. Different things that you do need that the crafting station doesn't work. It makes all the everything else, and it also helps you. You can repair. It's what the smithy is mostly for. Repairing those tools. There's also another feature mentioning repairing, which I don't think people are very aware of. And there's these little buttons at the top of the screen that can help you do things. So if I click, this button up here, little cog with a wrench in it, and it has one on the opposite side. Both buttons on both sides are exactly the same. They do exactly the same thing. It just depends on which inventory you're working from. So if I work from my own inventory, if I want to say repair my armor, I know it doesn't need repairing, but I can click on it and I can click this button. It will say it won't repair, but what it would do is pull, if it's not from my inventory, like say the hide was in my smithy, it would pull the item to me. And to show you the pull feature, if we press this little cloud with an arrow down, it will open a menu. S Plus is always updated. If Genesis does bring in other items that we're not used to, S Plus will be behind a little bit, but S Plus, I am aware that they update very regularly. So those items that if you want S Plus onto Genesis, go and install it. Yes, and it'll either be updated with the items relatively quickly and they'll come, but it will still use all the basic resources that it already has. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. But you can see, like, I can go find whatever I want. There's a search bar up here, pressing hide. It won't tell me where anything is because I've got it in my inventory, but it would come up with all the structures and how much I've got. It's a really good feature to use to pull from. I just, I love it a lot. Anyway, and it's the same for your other inventories. Like you're repairing your flak armor. You can click on your flak armor, you press your little cog, it will pull metal from your forges, a hide from your dinos that are out in the field. It has quite a large range, and it'll just do that. It's just a really nice, easy little tool to use. Speaking of tools, there is a few other tools as well. I'm not going to go through them all. I will just show them from in here. It's much easier. So there's these tools up here, little guns. They look like they are called guns. But there's these tools as well. There's a couple that I just want to highlight. Not all of them, but you'll probably find if you think of something that would make it easy with a gun, S Plus probably has it. So the transfer gun is a really important one. It's one that you right click a inventory, say your dinosaur, and you right click it, and then you left click on said a storage box, and you will remove all the inventory from your dino into that storage box, or metal from an Anki into a forge, things like that. Yes, you can also use the pulling system, but this works as well. The other one would be your demo gun. Demo gun is really important, and it works really good because it works with vanilla items as well. It picks up things. Your right click will pick up, so your left click will pick it up, but if you hit the right click, it'll actually change the function. It'll change it to a demo. So when you click it, it'll actually destroy and give you back most of your resources. Not all, but most. There's a few others, but I won't go through them. Obviously, install these mods, and there's so much more. Last but not least, there is a hatchery. The hatchery will pick up your fertilized eggs. I don't have any, but you can see it'll pick up. It'll stop collecting eggs, but what it does is it picks up fertilized eggs. So you have dinosaurs, you know, what it'll do is incubate them to 1%, and then when you take them out, they'll hatch with aircon around or something like that. Sometimes you don't need that 1%, that 12 seconds to hatch, but they'll still need aircons to do that. But that's what the hatchery is for. It's a lovely little feature. You got your nanny as well. Nannies helps with raising your baby. It will imprint your baby, and it will on just default is 100% imprint. On some servers they have changed the INI files to only 50%. You still have to do the proper imprints on them, but give or take, if you're just doing it on your play and you haven't changed the INI files, then 100% the nanny will imprint your little child, your baby too. And this is my favorite. This is the item collector. Item collector does so many little things. So collection options. It'll pick up your owl pellets, your gacha crystals, and all black pearls, silica pearls, eggs, paste, and poop. These items come from dinosaurs that you got the paste that comes from your snails that poop the your smelling paste. You've got your just your normal eggs. You're trying to get your egg farm going. It does that. You know, it also actually throws the snow owl pellets into the snow owls, and it also puts poop into compost bins, including your S plus compost bins, which I don't know why I like it. It doesn't make sounds. It's probably the reason why I like it. And I just put the forge in here only because it's just still big. It's still the same. It does everything else as the normal forge would do. I don't know why I like it. I like it because you can pick it up. You're not stuck with it. It's great. Anyway, that is S plus. That is definitely not all of S plus. S plus puts in so many, and as I said, it also has incorporated tech stuff in it. So all your tech anagrams have an S plus variant of as well. So you will have like S plus generators and as generators as well, which are on tech generators, which do the same as the other normal generator or the tech generator. However, it does it a little bit efficiently. You can pick it up, has a bigger range, and so on and so forth. It has little tiny little quality life changes. That's really all it does, and it's just lovely. Anyway, from the author of the mod, he's also put out a few other mods that I use some, not all of them, but some of them I do. And one of them that I do use is your platforms. So this is your platform smithy. It crafts these platforms that you can, and they do cost quite a lot. They're not cheap. I'm not going to cheat this. And they make these platforms and these little platform wedges and things like that that you can put on to said platform onto massive trees or onto cliff sides, rocky outlets. It actually, with the normal basic, platforms and such, the clip point's a little bit rough. Yes, you can definitely get away with using fence foundations and stuff. And yes, there's so many builders that do that, and it's amazing. This one makes it just a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner, and obviously you can pick them up. And you've got these two mods. These two are very similar. So this is your Redwoods Anywhere mod, and this one, if I go into it here, if it'll let me, yeah. So it'll craft these different types of trees, and you need mulch to grow these trees. So what you can see now isn't a growing tree; it's just a preview. And as you can see, they're 5,000 wood, so it's a pretty decent amount. So let's say we want a cherry tree. So if we preview the tree, just so it gives you an idea what you'll be getting. So you would grow it up with mulch, and you can actually, oh, this one's massive. I didn't test it. You can put a tree platform on it as well, and so the tree platforms do work together. You can put that on there, and you can grow a massive tree and have a tree platform in a cherry tree. Like, it'll do that. That's all it does. There's a few little things you need. You do need mulch, which you grow in the giant crop plot, which I just shown you. So you just need to make the behemoth tree plot, and I believe that's here in your inventory. Yeah, right there. So that's what you need. You do need fertilizer. You do need refert, um, and all the other couple items. And you just make that. It's quite large, as you can see. Sorry, I will put it under this tree. You can actually see it. It's quite a large plot here. Let me hide preview. Here we go. So you can see it's quite a large spot. It disappears once the tree has been fully grown. Not under the preview, obviously, but when it's fully grown, this actually does disappear, and you have a giant tree. This one's very similar as well, but it's not trees, it's actually pillars. So it's called a platform builder. And inside the platform builder, you have all these actual pillars. Here, we'll try this one. Show preview. So these are all previews. And you can put a tree platform on a giant crystal on a pillar, and it's got all the different. It's just the same as your tree one, but it's pillars instead, and you can have all fancy style pillars. Again, these things do cost a lot of different resources, not as just wood. We've got this one's metal and some coloring. This one's stone, angler gel and metal. There's lots of different sorts of things that you can make, and they all look pretty fancy. Yeah. So that's that one as well. So this is your platform builder, which is also in here. Builder, there's your platform builder, and that's just what it supports. So it supports your pillars. Last but not least, it's all from the same thing. These are all quality of life, especially if you're on a solo play game or do a lot of PvE. You just want that fun building thing. Like, who doesn't want to put a base on that massive pillar? I don't. And she's really cool. I wonder if you can paint them. That's something we'll have to test later. But we're talking about the raft. We all know Genesis. Well, we don't know, but we all have inklings that Genesis will be a big, big water map and little islands. I believe we've read that somewhere. But we all know its main focus will be water, and we hope for more water animals. I cross fingers for this. But the raft is going to be probably a important part of that. And there is actually a quality of life mod that we can use for the raft. There's quite a few of them, but I think this is my favorite one. It's called the Raft Extender. And it is also by the mod developer who's done the mods that I've shown you today. And this one you just it adds in raft extensions, which are actually crafted in here. If I type in raft, it also gives you a motorboat raft extension, so that's on your metal boat that you can make at a higher level. But it also makes the wooden raft extension, which I actually have one. So it's right here, and all it does, it looks small, but you'll see. It just adds this little bit around the edge, and it lets you. Where's all my? Oh, there they are. It just lets you. It helps you snap things. So what it actually does is it snaps ceilings. So if I type in ceilings and we just get the S plus ones because we like S plus ones. It actually helps snap. And it just helps you. And what it does is almost makes it a foundation, so you can go out a little bit further. You know, you go round. Okay, so you can, I just went out 3 in the corner there, so it goes out pretty far. It does, and you can then cover the whole thing. And it's just these are ceilings. These are like small little a flat thing. It's not giant foundations you usually put on the boat. You can go out a little bit further. There's lots of little things you can do, and so you can literally make a massive house on your raft. Oh, that scared me. But you can see what I mean. It it does a lot of. It just makes it just that little bit nicer, that little bit bigger, a little bit easier to build on, to snap things to. And it makes it that much bigger. There's like this raft is massive. 6. What is it? It's 3 and then another 3, so it's 9 wide. This raft could be 9 wide, and it's actually like like wow. Like, what are you gonna do with that amount of space? Like, you could have your own farm on this space. But yeah, it's a nice little thing. It means it doesn't overhaul the raft in general, because the raft is not bad. It really isn't. And it just uses the basic vanilla raft as well in game, and it just gives you this little tiny little item that you can clip to your raft, and it just helps you build. As I said, these mods are just quality of life mods that I do love. I do use them myself. They would work with most mods. I do get a little bit of issues with the raft mod, especially when I'm on a speedboat and I'm just zooming around. There's a little bit of jittering, but you get that normally in vanilla mods. Just be aware of that. And I would suggest using your S plus hitching post. Yes, there is one of them. They're amazing for dinosaurs who want to have babies. You can just hitch them to it. But putting them on a raft so you don't lose your dinosaurs when you're sailing around is a good idea. So just a little tip. But yeah, you know, either way, these are phenomenal. These mods are great. Um, I just if you want to stick with playing through a vanilla-ish style game, game mode with your low gathering, your low XP, you want that. These mods aren't going to change that much at all, if not any at all. Like just adding your S plus things. These things just help assist things just a little bit easier. I should make mention with the raft mod, it also adds ways that you can clip upgrades to platform saddles as well. So I probably should have mentioned that. I was meant to do that. I do apologize. But you have a Quetzal saddle, a platform saddle, you can actually add an extension and it'll do what I've shown you on the raft as well. So it's a really good, it's Snappy Rafts and Saddles, I believe it's called. That is the mods for today. I hope you enjoyed them. These mods are definitely found on your Steam community pages. You can just search them up. But yeah, I will leave a list of all the mods I've shown you in the description and a link to them all. And yeah, but in the meantimes, I hope this helps you. Hit a like if you do enjoy it. And yeah, hit the sub if you're new and you want to see more about these mods. Like I said, doing this for 2 weeks just in prep for Genesis, and all these mods most of these mods that I know of, none that I can see that I've got to cancel. They should be coming in and they will flow into Genesis when it comes out, either with little updates or big updates to incorporate Genesis, or it'll work instantly straight away. So that'll be cool as well. But yeah, so have fun, guys. Be safe and have fun with mods. Bye.